Hello, welcome to Jason the Millennial. My name is Jason, speaking to you here in my parents' basement in the great state of Kansas, and reviewing the next movie in my Alien Predator series that I've been doing. I've been reviewing all the Alien Predator movies, and so now we're to the second Alien vs. Predator movie, which is Alien vs. Predator Requiem, the sequel to the first Alien vs. Predator movie that I talked about last time I was talking about these movies. If you remember, I actually quite liked the last movie. I liked the idea of these xenomorph aliens going against the predator aliens, and the setting was really good in that movie and all this. This is definitely a direct sequel to that. Um, and to spoil a little bit of the first Alien vs. Predator movie, the first Alien vs. Predator movie does end with this kind of twist, kind of ending after the movie's kind of over, where the predator alien that kind of defeats the xenomorph alien, queen alien at the end, has a xenomorph alien burst out of its chest. And the idea is that there was a scene where it was again attacked by the facehuggers, and we see it kill most of them, but we do see one facehugger lurch at it, and we don't see what happened. So we can demise that it actually got facehugger got in and impregnated that predator, anyways. But we didn't see it actually happen. But then when we see the predator or see the xenomorph alien chest burster pop out, we're like, oh, okay, he got impregnated. But this chest burster is a little different as it has a predator face on it. So it's a mixture of the predator DNA with a xenomorph. So that was kind of the big twist. Like, oh my gosh, there's a predator xenomorph alien out there. So this takes place right after that. Basically, after the predator alien, that scene where it gets bursted out. I think it's flying a spaceship and it crash lands in this like suburban area. I forget, I don't know what state they're in, but just a suburban area in America. And the xenomorph alien gets out, and I don't know. I guess there's some face huggers that get out, and they impregnate like father son that's like hunting nearby, and so they get their chest bursters out, and so basically we see this new xenomorph aliens in this town in America start to spread. They starting to breed and get more, anyways. And so there's another predator alien that sees like a distress signal or something from this other predator alien ship that crash lands in America. And so it goes to investigate basically what happened, I guess you can say. And it finds out like there's a bunch of xenomorph aliens that are now running around this place. So he goes about trying to hunt down the xenomorph aliens and killing them. On the way, of course, there's a lot of humans around the area that are getting killed by these xenomorph aliens, not knowing what is happening to them at first. And we do get a lot of like different stories of this neighborhood, anyways. And I would say like maybe one of the big gripes of the movie, a couple of them. One though is that we spend a lot of time with these different humans. It's some drama. There's some teenage drama. We have some teenagers or some of the main characters here, and there's some kind of love drama kind of thing going on with one guy and this other girl, and this other guy likes her, and there's like this thing going on. So it is a little annoying when we get all this, almost soap opera type drama amongst human beings. I didn't care too much about any of the humans or their storylines. Of course, I mostly just want to see aliens and predator and alien, fight and kill each other and kill humans as well. But this movie is pretty action packed. I will say that, which I like more the action packed movies, more than the horror movies. So they do a lot of action, like I said, with all these different, and there's because they xenomorph aliens, they breed like wildfire. They pretty soon you got an army of xenomorph aliens, and so I do like the predator when he comes along, and like he goes down the sewer because they all kind of hide in the sewer. Is kind of a good place for them to hide. So there's a good scene where he goes to the sewer and he fights a bunch of different like xenomorph aliens that attack him and face huggers and whatever, and he's killing them left and right. Like I do like that. The big problem is that it's so dark, and a lot of this movie is so dark that it's so hard to really see what's going on. It's like too dark, and the action's edited in a way that's kind of hard to really get what was going on in a lot of the scenes, and that's probably the biggest problem with this movie. Is I think the editing and the just the visuals. It's just too hard to see, and that kind of ruins, I think, a lot of the action scenes that could have been kind of cool because I do like I said, all the different ways the predators killing these xenomorph aliens and stuff. Um, Eventually it kind of all, chaos breaks loose, and we definitely have the xenomorph aliens just going around killing everybody, and everybody's on the run from these aliens. But even the predator, he's kind of the good guy, but yeah, he still kills human beings as well. He's not a saint either, so he's kind of on our side but kind of not. So it's like, I guess I root for the predator because he's definitely better than the xenomorph aliens, because they just kill anything that comes by them. The predator has some principles, like he doesn't kill unarmed people and stuff like that. So he is somewhat principled comparatively to the xenomorphs. The big baddie in this one is that one xenomorph alien that pops out of the predator at the end of the last movie and the beginning of this movie, because it has a predator face. It's like a xenomorph alien, except the predator face thing, which makes it, I guess, more powerful of a xenomorph alien. And it's kind of the big one that the predator has to fight at the end, and the human beings and all that have to come together and fight this one. Um, there's one really weird scene where it goes into the hospital. The xenomorph aliens like attack this hospital and start killing everybody. And there's a pregnant lady, and the xenomorph alien, like with the predator face, comes to that lady, and instead of killing it, like I thought it was going to, it like puts his face on her face, and you can kind of see like something's coming out of him and going into her, and evidently it has the ability to impregnate people with its face, instead of a face hugger, impregnating people and the chest burster thing. It can do it just with its face, which I was like, okay, that's weird. Like that's a new thing that we haven't seen before. Doesn't really make sense to the rest of the, how the whole thing works, uh, with the xenomorph aliens. But I mean, it definitely was like the most gruesome scene in the movie, and very like shocking, because it like impregnates this woman. The woman's already pregnant, but it like impregnates her with its face, if that makes sense. And you see three things go down her throat, and then her stomach bursts open. There's like three xenomorph aliens like bursting out of her stomach, her pregnant stomach. Anyway, so it somehow infiltrated the babies that are in there. I don't know how that worked, but it was definitely, yeah, definitely the most gruesome scene in the movie. This movie definitely is very gruesome, very violent deaths and all that. And so again, a lot of action. Couldn't really tell what's going on. Didn't care for the humans. It's definitely one of the weaker. I think I didn't like this nearly as much as the first Alien Predator movie, which I actually quite liked. This one, not so much. It wasn't quite that level. Though I wouldn't say it's like one of the worst movies in the series. I know it's got really bad reviews, and it's considered like one of the worst, probably one of the worst in the series. I wouldn't say it's one of the worst in the series for me, but yet not a great one. There's not really a lot. Again, not a lot with the humans and the whole. Again, I really like when they have a cool setting, like in the last one, they're in this underground, like parent temple kind of setting. I love the jungle setting. I think the jungle setting is great for predators. Aliens, of course, they're usually on a spaceship or something, so having them out just in a suburban neighborhood, um, in whatever America, and dealing with all what's going on there, it just wasn't as interesting of a setting and premise for me overall. Yeah, so with all that, I give like 2.5 stars, a like not recommend. Like I said, I didn't hate it as much as it wasn't boring, like some of my least favorite of the series is. But yeah, not not as good enough story or visuals to make me want to go watch it again. And I got one person here, Basil the Vinyl Guy, which just subscribed to me. Thank you so much, Basil, or Basil, if I'm saying the name right. Appreciate your subscribing and all that, and supporting the channel. Yeah. Anyway, so not a lot to say about this movie. It's really not. Again, it's not the. It's going to be one of the least memorable movies in the series, I think. And this is the last time we had the Alien vs Predator in the series. They kind of go away with that, and we just got straight Predator movies or straight Alien movies after that. Anyway, so yeah. So that's my review. Not one I can recommend, but not one I think is the worst anyway. So that's my review. Please feel free to comment. What do you think about this movie? Is it worse than what I'm saying it is, or do you actually like the movie? Anyways, besides that, leave all comments. Thank you for everybody watching this. Thank you, Basil, for commenting. Thank you for anybody who's liking the video, and thank you to all my subscribers for supporting the channel. I appreciate you all and hope you have a good day.